The allotment project, it's just a joy. It just brightens your day because you get excited about, oh, I wonder what's growing this week. You look forward to that.
We were able to go together, a dozen of us, to do oil pastels. I've enjoyed every minute of it, and I've enjoyed meeting the other people in the class.
Now the pandemic is easing, we hope to see each other. We want to go outings, we want to go abroad, we want to eat food. You know, there were so many weddings. Nobody was invited to the weddings. Now we are hoping to have the parties again.
Well, I hope it won't be too long till maybe we can all meet up again at the usual club.
With restrictions easing, we're not going back into perhaps the same way that we worked prior to Covid hitting.
I think it'll be a bit of a hybrid model. We'll have some of the things that were same. We'll have to reintroduce the community car scheme again, albeit very slowly.
We work with a high percentage of people who are housebound or maybe have mobility issues and issues getting out and about, and so I think to keep that connection online there's still scope to run things. We were involved in the Connecting Scotland project, which was distributing devices to older people, and through Age Scotland they helped fund our digital support officer to make that project a reality. Some of them are now taking part in the online activities and regularly doing things like FaceTiming their families, you know, sending pictures to their grandkids.
The housekeeping has started again, much to the joy of our clients. That's been really important for them. And it's not just about the house cleaning, it's about the chat.
As things eased, we were able to go in and see people. And at first I think people, they weren't even wanting to just do it, they were just glad to see somebody. And the families were glad as well. They were saying, oh, it's great that my mum or dad's got somebody else to talk to.
We set up virtual afternoon teas. There would be some cakes and biscuits, there would be newsletters, there would be any information that we had got regarding things like scams or other things that were happening. They also got little gifts now and again. One group on the Isle of Gia have actually decided to keep going themselves doing it. We asked people to knit squares so that we could set up a group after lockdown when people could come together and we could sew these squares together to make lockdown blankets.
When we go back, it's obviously we're going to have to take precautions. A lot of people are actually frightened to come out now. They've been in the house that long and in this wee bubble that I suppose going out for them is quite a big ordeal.
So it is quite slow. It obviously depends on different circumstances as well, different people's personal circumstances.
And it may be that we have to tweak some things, so like we might not be able to have the same numbers that we've had previously. So there's obviously quite a lot to think about in terms of the planning. We trialled a 4-week art workshop in one of our premises just to see how that would kind of work.
We're hoping that as we go along that we could eventually get back into what we had before.
The main challenge, and this never changes in the third sector, has got to be
funding.
Because we're still having to send transport. Our service users just can't make it. 69% said without transport we wouldn't be able to come, so you've got to listen to that. You need the same size of buses because we're still got to maintain a bit of social distancing on the buses, and the same with the centre. We're still got our overheads, our utilities, but instead of having 20 service users and the subsidy charge that they pay to us, we're only got to have 8 to start with. So that's got to be the challenge, and we didn't want to ask them for any more money than what they paid pre-pandemic.
We got that many people on the books, we couldn't do it all in one day. We need the funds to keep the service going.
Because we hold our meetings in this Build Housing Association lounge, but it's sheltered housing, so they're not even letting their own residents use it just now, so there's very little chance of us being able to go in and use it, for our meetings.
So we're actually looking at other venues in the town, but a lot of them are the same. They're restricted at the minute.
If the council will allow us to reopen it. It's like our dream that when a lot of people phone, when are you going to reopen? It's not my choice. There are a lot of things to be done, and we hope that this dream comes true, and very soon, and very soon, and very soon.
Challenges for Revolve going forward. First and foremost, we want to get our shops open to previous opening hours. That comes with its own challenges. We need to have enough volunteers to open the shops, and we also need to have our customers wanting to come back. We also are really looking forward to COP26. It's obviously been held in Glasgow. We have our volunteers working remotely at the moment, planning for COP26.
We hope to maintain what the big family that we used to have of volunteers and clients, because that's what we feel we were. We were just one big family that all worked together and all supported each other.
Just get back to what we were, a happy place. I've never really felt like my work's a job.
This is not finished by a long way, you know. I've got a good crew of volunteers. I could see great possibilities.